Welcome back to Healthcare Suits! And I just got some news off the press. Basically, it's coming from overseas where it's already Monday over there in South Korea. I want you guys to listen to this. They're talking about how fast and how much it's spreading. I think you're going to be amazed. So, with that, as usual, this time of night, I'm feeding my face. And I'm going to feed my face and I'll tune in between. So, if I have anything on me, I apologize up front.
Cases from that group to 28 out of 39 people. Also, Seoul's defense.
Reaching a tipping point globally as confirmed cases close in on 80,000 worldwide. Italy and Iran emerge as new hotspots. Plus, the IMF says the COVID-19 outbreak could put an already fragile global economic pickup at risk, and it is urging global financial leaders to prepare for more adverse scenarios. Our starting point on this Monday morning, South Korea's rapidly expanding COVID-19 outbreak has claimed more lives, and the number of new cases is jumping by the hundreds each day now. For more details, we have our Kim Ji-on on the line for us.
By the hundreds each day. Tell me, honestly, I'm not trying to paranoid or any kind of fear thing, guys. I just want you to be aware because nobody else is making you. Well, tubers are making you aware, but the real news is barely touching it. Little bits finally because they have no choice. It is definitely outbreak time. PAMDEMIC time. If I spelled it right. If I didn't, you can correct me. So as this thing rolls, it just keeps. It's like the snowball effect, where you roll this little snowball and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and finally it crashes into the house. Well, it finally crashed into the fake news networks. That's why they're covering it. You guys like my scenarios, man? Well, I do what I do for you. Remember that. Because I love you all. You're my friends and family. So, check this out. With it climbing, I would just want you to hear where it's going here. And this is just one place that I'm catching. I will get on some more tonight for you, too.
Jion, the number of COVID-19 related deaths in South Korea tripled on Sunday alone, while the number of confirmed cases continues to rise among groups of people engaged in religious activities.
That's right, Mario. According to Seoul-based Yonhap news agency, 10 more people from a religious group who traveled to Israel have tested positive for the coronavirus, raising the number of confirmed cases from that group to 28 out of 39 people. Also, Seoul's defense ministry said Monday 4 more soldiers were confirmed, raising the cases among the South Korean military to 11. 3 army soldiers based in Pocheon and an army major based in Daegu had all been in contact with other confirmed cases within the military. We're still waiting for the total number of confirmed patients as of Monday, but excluding these new cases, so far the local authorities have said the number of newly confirmed patients increased by 169 in a single day on Sunday, bringing the total in the country to 602. Among those is a 16-month-old girl in Gimpo City, the youngest among the confirmed so far. She's believed to have caught it from her parents who were confirmed with the virus. The total number of deaths due to the virus rose from 2 to 6 people in a single day on Sunday. The third victim was a 41-year-old male who was found dead Friday in his residence in Gyeongju City and was confirmed to have the coronavirus during examination of his body. The fourth and sixth victims were patients at Daenam Hospital in the southeastern city of Cheongdo, where the country's first coronavirus fatality took place, and it's where at least 112 people have been infected. With this, the number of coronavirus-related deaths that were hospitalized patients from the Daenam Hospital has risen to 4. The fifth victim was a 57-year-old female and is known to be a member of the Daegu-based religious group known as Shincheonji. The Korea Centers for Disease Control Central Disaster Headquarters announced it will delay the start of the new school year for a week from March 2nd to March 9th as a preventative measure. This applies to all kindergarten, elementary, middle, high schools, as well as special needs schools nationwide. Back to you.
Okay, Gian, thank you very much for that report. Like Gian mentioned,
Time for Troy's 2 cents worth. Oops. I almost spilled my food. My dog would love that. When do you absolutely lock everything down? When do you, beyond that, if you have a cabin or something, head out of town? Only you can decide that. It's not up to me, and it's not me to put fear in your hearts. Matter of fact, I'm trying not to put fear. I'm trying to just make you aware. I'm trying to like give you a head start. Like if we're in a race and there's a big bad boogeyman chasing us, which he might be, that's the WUHAN 19, the big bad boogeyman. I'm trying to give you a head start. So like in one of those movies where you just get in the door in time and you're good to go and you get to live on. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Is let you live on. Because my goal is for all my brothers and sisters to survive this thing. Because right now, again, it's a monster. The Wuhan 19 is a monster. Um, that's a tough decision. When do you? I'm already stocking and getting ready. For me, it's not an option to go out into the hills because I basically live partially. Excuse me. Good food again. Um, I kind of live in the mountains anyway, a little bit, so I'm lucky. And then the boonies, and we have contingency plans. Sometimes, as we go on, I'll tell you about some how to protect you, your family, and your groups, and your where you live. What to do when you have to do it, like what they're doing now, where they're blocking off roads and stuff like that. At some point, if it gets nuts, guys, that's what it is. You're going to have to go among your neighbors in communities, set up blockades, and just block people out. Period. And then only on it if you're authorized to get in, after a certain point, and then you roll the dice. See, that's why this thing is spreading, is because the dice have been rolled and people didn't stop rolling the dice. I know it's a weird scenario, but basically they kept rolling like, I won, I got some money. Basically, you were ahead. You did not have the disease. Now, because you keep letting people keep going with this and pretending it's not getting worse like they did to us for so long, now it's too late. Like, if you go back and watch, I did one at Salem Hospital when I was checking out how prepared they were, and the CDC hadn't got a hold of them. Anyway, it was all shaky. It was kind of a hidden video kind of thing, because they didn't want me talking to people. As a matter of fact, they asked me to leave on that video. You better leave before you get people upset and stuff. Yeah, upset for the truth. But so, the bottom line here is, what do you do? Well, right now, just get ready. 2, keep an eye. If this thing turns into one of those movies where it's just nuts, then you lock it down. Period. If you got a cabin and you have the luxury, or you can bug out up to somewhere, you can decide. But I'll tell you from personal experience, in what little bit I have with these kind of things, when it gets to a certain point, you do lock it down or bug out. And the weird thing is now in California with that, I'm getting a hold of some California people. Excuse me. And some of them have base personnel. I'm going to try to get some interviews with those people off the record and stuff. Because they know I've known them for a long time. So they'll be forthcoming. I want to know what they're doing out there. I mean, this has got to be terrible. I mean, you got people already locking down. In America, we're doing... This is like... We had always talked about this. And then we thought... We didn't know which scenario it would be. That's why you prepare for all scenarios. Earthquake, meteor, fire, even to the point evil, outbreak of end of day scenario. WAR, this one, epidemic, pandemic that we're in, invasion, real quick, not to change gears again, which excuse me, I do once in a while. Ugh, got the nose itch. See, remember, no touchy, no touchy, no touchy, from Dr. John. That's good advice. Um, um, we're just really, really going to have to be careful. Trust it. If you're pray, uh, have faith. Again, I think at this point, supplies is the key. I'm going to tell you another thing. When you go and you see things disappearing off the shelves, it's probably getting too late. I mean, at that point, you better grab what you can because you're looking at, are they going to be able to resupply? I've watched and talked to truckers myself, plus I've seen them on shows like Virginia Prepper and a couple other ones and stuff, and Marfugal, of course, and things. And the truckers are like, once the distributing centers go down, that's it. You're not getting that stuff. And again, I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you guys to be prepared. Um, Sorry if I seem kind of in and out with what I'm trying to think about, but there's so much to cover, and I didn't want to keep you busy, interrupt your dinners and stuff. I don't mind interrupting my dinner. I mean, hey, I'm cool with that. Um, so we'll watch a little more, and I'll come back at you because I've got some things I want to bounce off of you guys and get some response. And I really, really love you all, and I love the responses. And as long as I'm able to, I try to bounce back things from you guys because I'm not a genius. You may think of something or know something I don't, and I've gotten information from people out there, you guys, and you guys know who it was, and I thank you. And I really appreciate working with us as a team. If you guys think of some kind of logo, I know with Marf, it's Marfugals. With Snafu Snaps. What's up, Snaps? It's like I think Team Yo or something. I'm not gonna get it right. You guys can correct me. Not that it matters. It's not like I'm so famous. We need a team logo, But just a thought. If you wanted to play with it, I would post it. I mean, I'm always open to trying to make the show more interesting or fun for us all. Even though right now it's kind of a little bit serious, we should take a moment, have a little fun too. Maybe when I'm doing a show like this, I'm not supposed to have fun, but I think in any situation, taking time to have a little fun is important. So we'll tune back in. I think I've yapped enough, don't you guys? Get out of the way of the damn show!
We're still waiting for the updated numbers on this Monday, but as soon as we get them, if we get them during this newscast, we'll bring them straight to you. Now, with the rapidly rising number of confirmed COVID-19 cases here in the country, South Korea has raised its national alert to the highest possible level. At an emergency meeting Sunday, President Moon Jae-in ordered the establishment of a much stronger response system. He also cautioned the public against joining events that bring large groups of people together. Kim Min-ji has this report.
South Korea has raised its COVID-19 alert level to serious following a huge spike in the number of new infections over the past few days. It's the highest level in the country's four-tier system, and the first time in 11 years that Seoul has raised the alert to serious. During a pan-ministry meeting on Sunday, President Moon Jae-in called for a strong and unprecedented response to contain the virus.
지금부터 며칠이 매우 중요한 고비입니다. 정부와 지자체, 방역 당국과 의료진, 나아가 지역 주민과 전 국민이 혼연일체가 되어 총력 대응해야 하는 중차대한 시점입니다. 위기 경보를 최고 단계인 심각 단계로 올려 대응 체계를 대폭 강화해 나가겠습니다.
The president said that the situation had become utterly different, following mass infections involving those linked to a religious group known as Shincheonji. A majority of the confirmed cases in South Korea are linked to the group. Noting that health authorities are taking special steps, Moon expressed hope that once an extensive inspection into thousands of followers is complete, the country will likely see a drop in the number of new cases. The president, meanwhile, called on people to refrain from taking part in group events, including religious activities, saying that it's for the people's safety as the virus can spread easily under such conditions. Moon also requested cooperation by members of Shincheonji.
종교 활동의 자유를 제약하려는 것이 아니라 지역 주민과 국민들의 생명과 안전을 위한 것입니다.
Basically, he said that for his people to start working together and getting things prepared and teamwork, let's prepare and get ready and stuff. And then right now he's going into, I don't want to step on people's freedom of religion. This is South Korea versus, it's definitely not China's situation, where they do have a little bit more freedom out there, obviously. That's why the North and the South, excuse me, my dog's like trying to get into my food. Get out of my food, you. And just real quick on the religion thing. I don't think the religion, I don't know which one it is, but I don't think it's the big bad devil thing, or these people are cursed, or they did something, or drank the Kool-Aid kind of thing. I don't think it's that at all. I think this is stupidity, and people went in there that were infected. And that's the thing now they're talking about. That's what gets me, is when they tamping it down. Oh, after we get these 1,000 people quarantined, and then the hundreds of people they've been in, and the hundreds of, and you know what I'm saying, on and on, all these people of this pyramid, then we'll see the numbers slow, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be just all right. There's nothing to see here. It's all good. Excuse me. I disagree. I totally disagree. I think that it's already going. It's rampant. There's going to be highs and lows. Right now, we're seeing spikes and waves, big waves right now. That's what we're seeing out there because the idiots didn't. First of all, China wasn't forthcoming with us all. WHO has been lying to us left and right and tamping it down instead of going right. Let's call it what it is. And we need those kind of. The reason you do call it what it is not to create panic, but so you can put up barricades, so you can prepare for what's coming, so you can take precautions, guys. This thing of like tamping it down and then boom, here's a bomb here, bomb, infection rate. That's what's going to be bad, and we're already there. When I did that interview, I talked to some professional doctors back at the Salem hospital area. One particularly, I'm not going to give no names. The guy's above when it comes to smarts, just super intelligent. And we discussed it, and it was discussed that it was already too late then. I'm kind of right on with, I haven't showed you the countdown. We're past the countdown thing I was keeping track of, which was so many days and hours after the Super Bowl. So we're kind of right on schedule of what I said was going to happen in that many days. We'd start to see it. As a matter of fact, we're like a day off from me being exactly right on from seeing things in the U.S. And keep in mind, we don't know what the U.S. is going on because they're tamping it down and lying to us. I'm waiting to see different areas. And then I know in Oregon, we got little brain Governor Kate, whether you like her or not. She's had a couple good ideas and the rest of them bad, but we won't do politics right now. Like I said, our doctors here have totally, it's just perfect. No, there ain't no. And I've got inside news that it's already here, guys, just like Washington. So with that, we'll watch a little bit more. I'll let you go. I know I did a lot of talking, preaching, educationing, teaching, educationing. Yeah, you can throw some rocks at me for that one. So between us all, we can maybe get through this. Not maybe, we are going to get through this because we're intelligent enough to make cautious now and protect ourselves and our families and know when to batten up the hatches. So we'll watch a little more. I'll let you go, and I'll try to get some more on what's going out there, because the spidey senses and the hair on the back of my head is standing up that there's a lot more going down right now. And I'd like to dig a little deeper. The other thing is with watching the right and the left. Hey, watch over here. I think I covered it the other night. There's a bunch of things going on in Syria, a bunch of different military movements and things going on that you're just not hearing about because we're watching this. It's just like, during the last few weeks, we've been watching the impeach BS, which was totally to draw us over that direction, guys. Whether you like him or you don't like him, again, I'm trying to get you guys to bond here. We are one of the best things that ever came out in the last 10 or 20 years was the 99% movement, and it got crushed. So I'm back. I've always been a 99%er, and I think a lot of you are. And with that, we are the ones that, if we'd step up, like in Bug's Life, if you don't have kids, watch it. It's a killer kid movie, and it's not bad. And the bugs find out the grasshoppers were always like coming and kicking butt on the ants and treating them like terrible and stealing their food. And then the ants, there's a lot of ants, guys. They stood up, and then it was like, whoa. So you know what? We are the ants. We're the 99%. It don't matter color, red, blue, as far as politics and all that stupid stuff. What color your skin is, what your eyes look like. We need the love and bond, man. It's going to be to where this thing keeps going the way it is. It doesn't matter what somebody is. It's what you are in here. And that becomes a judgment call where, as you weed through people in your little groups, you're going to have to decide who's in and who's out and who's not, good people to have in your groups, guys, because at some point you can't have weak links. I mean, I believe in giving everybody a chance in a trial. I'm not going to judge, and I try not to judge. That's the Lord's part to judge. But you have to decide, if this person's willing to help and do their parts and, go out on duty, go get the food, like these movies, guys, that we're already programmed for all this. We're already programmed. So I think I'm just going to let you go, and we'll catch up on this in the next video. And I know this was a lot of chit-chatting, but I just wanted to touch the bases with you guys a little bit about everything there's so much. So feel free to hit me back. And remember, healthcare sucks. Over and out, my friends.